Remember when Sony used to care? Me neither. Nice to meet you. I do, however, remember a time back in 2019, the Sony A6400 was just released, and I thought, wow, no IBIS, that's interesting, but they finally flipped it up. We could see ourselves. You had a chance. Wasn't very inspiring, but later on comes the A6600, and we're like, is that an upgrade or a down? What is this? Less specs, IBIS, flip up. What are you doing? We demanded an A6700 or A7000, a pro body with way better IBIS. Like, come on. What we got today was filth. Filth.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Today's audio is brought to you by Cleverness. I have a microphone stand hidden out of shot. I put this pole hidden just out of the frame, and then it comes over and points down. That's why the audio sounds so good today. So Sony finally releases the A6700 without my consent. I was not invited to any meeting. I told off the guy in the meeting. I was like, you're not going to send me the camera? I don't want to be in your meeting. And so I'm not in the meetings now. That's all I got from that. Nothing. I got kicked out of the club. So this was news to me, as was you, regular folk. I used to be with the top. I'm crumbling. So before we get into the pros and the cons of this release, there are a lot of pros. And then we'll compare it to like the Fuji XS10. Fuji Assassin t-shirts are available. They're not linen. I think Sony had a meeting about this release. Alright fellas, I just got one of your texts saying the A6700 should be released already. A pro aps-c body. I'm with you. Let's do it now. Sir, that text was from 2019. I sent it to you. People were so disappointed in the A6400 and 6600. We needed something better immediately. Why now? Nobody cares anymore. People care, Steve. This thing's gonna blow the competition away. Fuji XS20? Done. Done for. What, R7? Canon? Are you kidding us? This thing's gonna beat everything. Do you have any ideas on what we should put in it to beat them? Yes, I have many thoughts. I'll just get my journal from 2019. Flip back. Oh, God. We would like 4K 60p with a crop. I think, why are we making this camera? These specs. Just improve the IBIS. That's all we need to do, boss. Just IBIS. That's all we need, like a 9-stop IBIS. Something Panasonic level, we can do it. We blow the competition away with that alone. I can't wait to see the look on your face, Steve. We're getting 4K 120p. With a crop. 120. Huh? 4K 60, no crop. Exceeding expectations, anyone? Me to you. HD 240p with autofocus. We're leading, right? Leading the industry. IBIS still. We have IBIS. It's improved, right? Like better than 5-stop IBIS of the past in our A6600, because it wasn't. We did tests, and like when you used it, it was worse than not having any IBIS. It was actually minus -5 stops. It was a typo in the spec sheet. It's minus -5 stops. So is it better than that? Define better. Is it more real? That's what I think it is. I think it's like, gives you an action feel. Like, oh no, there's danger in my vlog. Does your vlog have danger? Not if it's not shot on a Sony frickin' A6700. We got -5 stops of IBIS. It's pretty good. I could overlook that as long as you gave us a better quality screen. Did you? Like 2 million dots, something like that? About that, you're new here, Steve. You don't realize that I went into Burger King back in 2014, and the cashier promised if I could eat 17 hamburgers, he would give us 90 trillion screens. They weren't good. They were good back then. I ate those hamburgers. We won. Everyone here at Sony won that day. The world, they're not sharing in our win, really. We have about 80 trillion more of those screens to come. They're coming. They're coming hard. And they're coming to you. So here's the reality. It's a fantastic camera. We're talking aps-c, flippy screen, IBIS, 4K 120p, HD 240. These aren't new specs to us because we have the A7S III Overlord with 17 firmware updates per second coming every week. It's nice, really nice. The one fricking thing I wanted and needed was better IBIS. Why do you have the same level of IBIS in this full frame camera versus your new 8 tiny sensor? You only have to carry a little bushel of apples. It's lighter, it's easier, but nothing negative 5 stops. Even the FX30 has 5.5 negative stops. I hate stops. If I saved baby kangaroos from a fire for a living, like that was an actual job, and every single one I saved, I pat it so hard on the back that I cracked its spine, I would work on that flaw. That would be my flaw. It's like, hey, buddy, you're killing most of the kangaroos with that little love tap, like a, here you go, buddy, I saved you kind of thing. I would work on the obvious flaw. Sony, the IBIS, we're waiting. I think someone had it, the A7R5. No one's using that. Who needs IBIS in that thing? Photographers, they're losers. They take pictures of, like, canaries and shit. Hey, canary, what are you doing? Do you mind posing on that woman with the red dress? You're yellow, a compliment. Oh, God, she's fighting. Oh, damn it. My camera only does 3 frames per second, and I had it in single burst. Everything's blurry. Maybe I can sell the photo online. No, I shouldn't do that. Yes, I did just pause my audio and ruin that whole scene by pretending to type on a keyboard. I pressed the space bar and that apparently pauses everything. Whatever, he was a loser, you knew that. So I don't know, man, it's a fantastic camera that didn't improve the one thing I needed it to, which was IBIS, if I'm gonna vlog with the damn thing. And it's a hybrid 26 megapixels, so you're taking photo, it's photo first, and then what can we do with the video now that it's photo first? If you can even see a damn thing through the screen or the viewfinder, 2.3 million dot viewfinder. I had to go back to 1926 to see when they invented that thing. No, I didn't. I lied about that. But if I'm being honest with you, back in the day when that A6400 was announced, if this thing would have came next, I'd be like, yep, there it is. Wow, that's way better. It would be like the A7S III of our time. Lighter. It's like, who cares about the EVF? I wasn't doing wildlife, so it's like, okay. The dot resolution of the screen, is that really important for vlogging? Not really, because you know you're going to be in focus. The IBIS would have sucked, and it does suck, and that's what deal breaks the whole shit. But thanks to the new guys over at DP Review, apparently this thing does 8K, even though it's a physical impossibility, thanks to the new guys over there doing the hard work. 8K 24p, no problem in there. Nobody was talking about it, but that's a DP Review exclusive spec. Thank you. Glad you have that. If I'm being dead honest with you, compared to the competition, Fuji XS20, that has a better screen. That's about it. 1.8 million dots versus 1 million. And you will see it. You'll notice. You'll notice that you're not in focus as much as you would have been on the Sony. You'll be like, yep, I'm not in. You'll see it. It's better. That's it. That's all they got. Like all their crops, Their 4K 60 has a crop, Sony doesn't, and Sony also does 4K 120 with a crop. That's a loser crop. That's a bitch move. And then the HD 240 they both do. Don't quote me on this, but I think Sony does not have a crop. Fuji has a huge crop, like 29% or something. It's huge. There's zero reason to get it. Like, just buy a color card. Where's mine? Once you have this in your shot, don't make sure it's not reflecting light. And then you just correct your footage. And now you have Sony camera with autofocus, beauty, and like Canon colors if you wish, like we've done here. Just get better at your life, like I have. There's zero reason to get the Fuji. I wouldn't do it. Only lenses, maybe. Just for that 16mm 1.4 of the Fuji. Sony doesn't have that kind of spunk. I think there's only one Zeiss lens for aps-c, isn't it? 24mm, 35mm equiv. What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. So it's a good camera, but I'm waiting. No money will be spent by me until I see something 9 megapixel, 16:9 sensor, designed for video with super blow me away specs. 4K 240p, HD 960 now. Used to be 480, no, we're going 960 on that. And then I'll be like, wow, you did it. Somebody did it. And then what are they gonna take out of that perfect camera? Oh, and the screen flips up to the side on an angle. It reflects up here. Like this. I hate the color of that light in the background. Change it with magic. Are you buying the Sony A6700 through my affiliate links? It's a good purchase, my friend. You help a guy out there. I don't know, it's decent. I'm not interested. I'm waiting for high-end shit that is so magical, slow motion, but nothing is on the horizon, and I lose the will to live every single hour. I get weaker by the day, by the hour. I said, you heard it. Subscribing for more Fuji Assassin t-shirt related content. Subscribe.